Hey there, Investorholics. Welcome to the ETF Spotlight Review. Today we'll be looking at FTEC, which is the ETF Securities Fintech and Blockchain ETF. And yeah, obviously brought to you by ETF Securities. This one is listed on Chi-X in Australia. ETFS Fintech and Blockchain ETF. Offers investors exposure to the world of leading financial technology and blockchain companies. So fintech companies are causing a revolution in financial services, as we probably know that some of the big banks, or most of the big banks, are starting to sort of take notice of these type of companies. They're sort of helping to lower costs and improve efficiency in banking, insurance and wealth management and other areas of the financial system. So that sounds interesting to you. Stick around because we'll just do a quick run through review. Yeah, I think it's going to be interesting. Okay, let's take a closer look. So FTEC aims to provide investors with return before fees and expenses that track the performance of the Indxx, which is the Indxx Developed Markets Fintech and DeFi Index. The index contains about 75 companies, developed markets, drawn from a range of fintech sub themes. So the Indxx Developed Markets Fintech and DeFi Index tracks the performance of companies from developed markets with significant revenue derived from one of several fintech sub-themes. They are decentralized finance, digital payments, technical data provider and analyzer, financial enterprise solutions, peer-to-peer lending and crowdfunding, personal financial software, tax compliance software, and back-end payment processing, trading and trading and capital markets, I should say. So, pretty much exchanges. Point of sale. So companies within the relevant sub-themes will be eligible for inclusion into the Indxx. As I sort of said, there's 75 companies based on market cap, and they'll be chosen as equally weighted. Each theme is capped at 10 companies, except for decentralized finance, which is capped at 20. As always, we can look at the Y factor. So it gives you access to exciting growth companies distributing financial services. This also allows you to achieve diversification, so global diversification in a single trade, and avoid the risk of volatility, or smooths out the volatility anyway. So you're sort of not picking individual stocks. So hedge against disruption to traditional banks, where shares are often feature heavily in the Australian portfolio. So pretty much just a bit of diversification away from the Australian banking system, if that's sort of interesting to you. Okay, we had a net asset value of $9.07.8. We had trading above the net asset value at $9.10. Market cap was about 10 million, so this is a relatively small ETF. Management costs is sort of on the higher side, 0.69%. Distribution semi-annually. Unfortunately, at the moment, I'm not really sure about the dividends because this one's only been running for a few months. Major holdings are looking at a firm, Fact Sheet Research, Garner Inc. and Lending Club Corp. As I said, sort of holds 75 companies roughly. Medium market cap of those companies is roughly 22 billion. At the moment when I did this one, we're looking at a PE of 28, roughly 28, and you're looking at a price to book ratio of 4.6, so a little bit on the higher side. If you're searching for a pure play exposure to a blockchain, then this is an ETF for you. I don't think anyway. I think it's got too much sort of that fintech shit in it, to be honest. The focus of this ETF is decentralized finance. Kind of sort of gone through a lot of that before. So yeah, it's not really a pure play sort of blockchain or crypto type thing. It's a bit more of a mixed bag. There are some companies that cross over. You'd have to go back and look at do your research on CRYP and DIGA, because there is a bit of crossover, but my preference would be one of the other two listed just here. So yeah, I think yeah, as a pure play crypto, I think this really wouldn't be for someone that's looking for a bit of diversification in that type of field. So since inception, you're looking at a bit of a loss of 4.84%. So I think really it's only been running since October last year, so it's at 4 months or thereabouts. So I mean, performance really, it's really hard to tell what it's going to do. I think like a lot of these things that have anything to do with blockchain, it's going to be a little bit influenced by so crypto and Ethereum values and all those type of things. But top 10 here, we're looking at a firm, Fact Sheet, Garner, a Lending Club, Morningstar, Bill.com, Intitu, or however you say that, Nomura Research, Experiancy, and Interactive Brook. So yeah, like I say, they're kind of equal weighted, so you can sort of see they're all sitting around about the 2% or thereabouts. But yeah, I think in reality, I think this is just too soon to actually look at this one. If you're interested in the sort of fintech space, it might be something to keep an eye on, but track record wise, I'd be just keeping an eye on it. And it's quite small, so you're going to have problems with liquidity and that type of stuff. So getting in and out of this, you might have a larger sort of gap between the buy and sell prices, and that might sort of make it a little bit harder for you to get in and out. So this ETF has a distinct bias towards information tech, so 48%, and also it's definitely biased towards the US, and it sort of holds about 63% American companies. So you're getting a bit of diversification. A lot of these companies are global anyway, so that's really where your diversification comes from, because they're global type companies. But really right now it's too early for me to look at it. It's one you keep an eye on it, but it's really more of a fintech focused as opposed to blockchain focused type ETF. I think if you're looking at specifically blockchain, I think there's better options out there to take a look at.